The entertainment industry is another sector that's been hard hit by the coronavirus pandemic. The curtain came down on theaters, on cinemas, and also live music venues. And as, well, CNBC knows only too well, filming came to a virtual standstill too. So has the industry turned a corner, especially in China? Well, Tania Bryer joins us now.
Hello, Martin. It's great to see you. That's right. I caught up with one of China's biggest stars, Jin Xing. She's been described as the Oprah of China. She's hugely popular there. And she works within the television industry, within the theatre and dance as well. And I asked her how the pandemic has impacted not only her life, but of course the entertainment industry as well. This is what she had to say.
I'm sure for everybody on this planet, this is such a completely new experience, including me. What's happened, everything planned for my company, for myself, all the activities suddenly stopped. But somehow I feel that myself, also all the people who work with me, give us some time to think about it, how we can deal with the new challenging from the life. Everybody, in this moment, we are absolutely equal. I think in a way, I take both sides. It's a negative affect our life a lot for the actors, productions, incomes. But another time, give a lot of time to rethinking. Are you doing the right things? Are you chasing your dreams? Or are you just doing a daily job? For the artists, have a moment to think about it.
And how is your own work, your TV, theatre and dance projects, how have they been impacted?
But I was okay because in China from last year, from the summer, the theater slowly opened. We have gradually from the 30% of audience and up to 50% and 70%. Now whole China, for the theater performance, already 100% open up. So we're doing national touring performance, even 2020 for other big scale company, very difficult traveling. But for my private dance company, we still have the performance and keep our companies stay very good condition. And this year, 2021, I think the whole China's theaters open up. Then we have a live concert in the stadium. Everything controlled pretty well. I think the government, Chinese government, do the pandemic controlling, to try to avoid all the effect. I think did a very good job.
And what kind of precautions, if any, are still being taken against the virus in China?
I think with the people start to use to this kind of lifestyle, going out with mask and whatever you take a train or you're doing some outside traveling, you have all the COVID test paper with you before the 74 hours, whatever, 32 hours, anything. That's kind of become a daily life routine. You go to train station, everything. I think people used to that and start to keep the social distance in a certain place. Like, for example, last weekend, I was doing my theater show in Nanjing City. I facing a 1,900 audience. Everybody in the audience wear a mask.
How did it feel to have such a big audience?
For me, it's very happy to see the real audience come back to theater again. But same time, everybody wear a mask. In a way, I appreciate it. You know why? Before you're doing the show, people chatting a lot. Sometimes audience so noisy. But now everybody wear a mask and theater audience super quiet. Everybody concentrating what happening was on theater. Which for me as actors on stage, fantastic. The concentration is better. I think people also appreciate the work. I think this kind of lifestyle become a normal.
You're hugely successful for your television shows as well, and you're renowned as a bit of a matchmaker. I believe you're currently matchmaking again with your latest TV show and helping people find love in the time of COVID. How is that going?
I think this is show particularly very well become a very popular shows. Every Friday lunchtime, they're launching on the internet and the TVs. And this episode, this season, I focus on all the overseas Chinese who study overseas. For example, they all graduated from Harvard and Cambridge, all the highly educated young Chinese people. They return to China. They establish their company, entrepreneur. They have huge success in their professional way. But in the private life, there's still a big gap. Then I'm standing there. I try to make matchmaking. Actually, through the matchmaking, I don't know how many percentage could be successful to get the couple together. but you can see the mentality according to the marriage and looking for future life partner. Doesn't matter how much high education you get, you're still facing the mostly basic human, challenging. What kind of people you want to meet, what kind of family you want to create. And it's quite interesting. And that's really a lot of attention of young people. According to love relationship, according to the marriage, it's somehow related to your background education, but still you have to come back to down-to-earth communication. What kind of partner you're looking for. I think they'll get a really good response by the young people today. Everybody calling now, come on, we're waiting for the second season. I said, yes, this year we'll have second season. Yeah.
Well, as a transformational artist and opinion leader yourself in China and around the world, at this time, what important messages do you think that you want people to hear following this global pandemic crisis?
Give us more space, give the nature more space. Maybe our human beings, we are too aggressive and too greedy and take too much from our natures, and somehow we cannot handle the certain, shock, pandemic. So that's why for me think if we can through the TV work influence people, let people more thinking quietly, and through the artwork, through the all art being created in the theater, let people more aware of that. As a human being, we should be careful, turning to what's our life, what the environment, everything to think about it. Slow down a little bit. You make money never enough, but can we slow down a little bit? Yeah, that's my point of view. If I can contribute my energy to my appointment, everything to like people thinking together, that's what I would like to do.
Are you worried, though, that the pandemic has been harmful with the relationship of China and the rest of the world?
I think we should take this pandemic as a humanity, a whole world issue. Don't let this be taken by the political tool to against each other. That's not right. We are every country facing this pandemic, but don't let this use a political issue to dealing with it. That's not right. And of course, each country get hit by the pandemic from an economic point of view, which was understanding. But don't let the politician use this one as a use of politics. For me, a person, I don't accept this. Of course, the politician love to use this opportunity to grabbing a power, showing a power, but don't use this pandemic. We already, everybody get hit. No one's afraid for that. So why don't we come down, step back a little bit, try to find a common ground dealing with the pandemic. Yeah, don't use this as a political tool. It's very ugly. Yeah.
How hopeful are you that after the pandemic, the entertainment industry in general and all your own projects, that they'll be able to return to some sort of normality?
I have a confidence of that. We are human beings. We've been through so many natural crises, but each time we overcome. So I think we can get over, overcome these issues. But at that moment, I think that time we have a lot of beautiful work, whatever lectures and the photos of film, cinema, theater, a lot of new idea we presenting on the stage. I'm looking for that. I'm confident. Just we need to be careful, pay attention to the international. We are one village. We should be understanding more and better and helping each other. It's not against each other. Win-win situation, everybody need it. You don't need to destroy nobody. Let's working together. That's the attitude we should carry on.
Jin Xing, thank you so much for joining me today. It's a pleasure as always.